back to Simbright Fashion Academy YouTube channel once again for another interesting tutorial on this channel. So today's tutorial is going to focus on I will call it a squared peplum, okay, because this peplum is attached to our full scale bodies pattern, as you can see on the thumbnail right there. So it's not a normal peplum cutting asymmetric. Okay, so you are going to make your full scale bodies pattern before you embark on that pattern. So now you can see what I have right here is my basic bodies. So my basic bodies full scale, I have my shoulder line here, I have my chest line, my bust point line, and my under bust point, and my waistline. Okay, I'll call this my waistline. Sorry, this is a small scale drawing. So this is my waistline. So I'll be having my under bust somewhere here. Okay, so my under bust line, I have it right here. So, and this is the full scale. Okay, that is the full length of this blouse. So you are going to make your full blouse before you embark on this peplum. So this is my waistline. I want you to note that the first thing we are going to do before we do anything on this pattern is to create the peplum. The peplum is created asymmetric. So this is what I'm going to do. From my outer that leg, I'm going to come out by 1.5. So that is what you also do. So if you come out by 1.5, connect what you have from that point all the way to the waistline like that. Can you see? So once that is connected on the waistline, so now from the 1.5 I connected to the waistline. So whatever thing you have at that point, you are going to take the measurement. So I'm taking the measurement of what I have minus my dart. Remember, I added my dart, so I'm not going to measure on the dart line. So from this point I measure. This is what I have on the dart line. I'm going to skip my dart line. Let me take it again. From here I have 2 inches. I bring the 2 inches here minus the dart line. I bring it here. I have 7.5. I take the 7.5 to this, and I have 11 inches. So here I'm working with 11 inches as the length of the peplum. So the width of this peplum, we are going to use your choice anyway, but 8 inches is okay. Okay, so the most important thing is this measurement we've taken right now, because by the time we close, we sew our darts, okay, and bring in that the squared peplum to attach to our blouse. This is the effect we are going to have. So I will start to construct whatever thing I want to construct. So whatever thing you want to construct, I will just construct for demonstration purpose. Okay, so now if I'm making my peplum with yoke, that's my bodies with yoke, it means I'll be using or off shoulder or whatever. So what I will do now is to take my shoulder seam line. Okay, as usual, I'll take my shoulder seam line and I'll connect to the bust point. That is the first thing I do. And I take my bust around from the bust point to the under bust. I'll just take it around for demonstration purpose. Okay, so this is what I get from what I have. Okay, so on this line I will step up by, let me do 3/4. So the same thing I'll repeat here. I made this a full bodies because I want to actually get the length of this peplum, which is the main purpose of this tutorial. So this is that, and then I'm going to measure my bust radius around. I'll just take it around, and I believe you know why we are doing this if you have been following this channel. Okay, so from here I'll come up once again by 0.75 and I'll mark. So that will serve as my my starting point. Okay, I'll just place my ruler. Let me just take the shoulder line to that point. Okay, all right, this is what I have, so be able to have a straight line at that point. So that is where we are going to form the neckline. So the neckline depends on you, whatever thing you want to form. If you need it squared or however you want it, is your choice. So like I said, I'm just demonstrating this. Okay, I'll just push in my neckline. Okay, I love to make sweetheart necklines, okay, because it actually sits well. So I've made my sweetheart neckline, and I'm going to take 0.75 on this part, 0.75 on this part for my contour line. So once that is done, I'm going to connect. I'll flip my ruler, I will connect. So everything I have here, I'm going to eliminate that for my dart. I also come in here 0.75 and I come out 0.75 and I connect, as you can see right here. Okay, so I'll come over to my contour line. Remember, this is the center front line. I have this full front, so I'll start from center front to contour. So whatever I have, I'll measure what is remaining and put in 0.25 and the rest at this point. So that will help me to contour my line. Okay, please, I'm sorry about what I just did on the dart line right here. Okay, this is totally very wrong. I'm sorry about it. The dart leg, this, remember, it's a full scale. I was thinking it was a small scale before. Okay, I was thinking it's a small scale drawing we are making. So I'm just taking away the dart. The dart should start up from here, from the waistline. This is the dart leg. The dart leg has to run into the hem line. So from here to here, I'm using 0.75. I will make a mark, and from here to here, my dart is 0.75. So I'm going to reconnect what I have right there. Okay, please, sorry about this. And what I have at this point, I'll bring it back here. Can you see? I'm bringing it back to that dart. So sorry about these too much clumsy lines. So on this center line, I'll also take 0.75, 0.75. On the waistline, I connect, and I bring it back to the dart leg like this, as you know how to make your basic body. So now I'm going to connect right away. Remember, I was contouring my under bust line. So this is my contour line which I marked, and I'm placing my pattern ruler to contour the under bust. So if what we are doing here seems confusing to you, okay, please make sure you watch other videos on this channel to understand what we are doing right here. So I'm going to connect back from that point. I'm going to connect what I have back to the contour line. So I will repeat the same thing which we always do. So I'm going to bring out 0.25, and from here the rest of what I'll be using, sorry, from here on the center front side 0.25, and here the rest of it. So I will keep my ruler the same way, and I'm going to flip it this other way as well and contour. So we have it at that point. So from that point, I'm going to connect all the way to the down part as my contour line. All right, so I'm done right now, and the yoke is your choice. This is your yoke. The neckline is your choice. I'm not going to go into that. So what I'm doing here is just to show you. So for my blouse, I'll just come up by 1 inch at this point, and I'll also come in by 1 inch, so I don't have sharp points on the blouse line. So this is it. I blend it into the first dart, and I also blend that 1 inch into the first dart, and we are done with this beautiful blouse. So now I'm going to cut my pattern and close up my bust dart. Remember, we are working with 11 inches. That is, this measurement of 11 inches will be retaken now that we've corrected our dart. Please make sure you retake it, because the dart we have here is not as big as what we took before. Okay, so if I'm retaking it now, you can see where I have my new dart now. Remember, this line is not part of it. So if I have to retake from this point, I'll take from here to here at 1.75, and from here I'll take to the first dart at 7.75. I'll flip the 7.75 from the next dart, and here I have 11.5. So my new line now, which I'm working with, is 11.5. All right, so I will be cutting this pattern right away. So I'm pretending having a yoke attached to this breast before the peplum. So I will just cut on the natural neckline, but when you are making yours, please create your desired neckline. So I'm cutting through the shoulder seam, and I'm cutting through the armhole. I cut through the bust accommodation, and from there I've cut my blouse. So I'm going to separate what I have on my yoke line. Remember, the